Okay, this video is geared toward those who are looking into space books for their children or any other organization. These are Usborne Books and More books, and they range anywhere from newborns on up to even high school homework helpers. So this one particularly is on the moon, and on the moon is a sweet little picture book of this child who likes to pretend and imagine, and she thinks, what is it going to be like to go to the moon? And she puts herself in the astronaut's shoes, and I love that she even dresses up her cute little teddy bear, puts him as an astronaut as well. And then it is basically a nonfiction book that is put into a story. So they talk about the astronauts going to the moon and the different things that they experience. So if you notice looking at the page, you can see there's an actual picture as the background, and then they put the illustrations of the astronauts on top so that the child can get a real sense of what the moon looks like. And they continue to go through those little details. And then at the end, she is sitting at her window and she thinks, do you ever go to the moon? And I love that they ask that question, putting the child in that mindset of imagining what it would be like for them. And then this next book is my very first space book. This is one we just recently got, and we've really enjoyed it. Notice the thickness of the cover, the thickness of even the page. I love that this one it's not quite board, it's more flexible than that, but it's so much thicker than a typical paperback page, and you can wipe it clean nice and easy if something ever spills on it, or if you're in a doctor's office or something where you'll need to disinfect it. So this one is a nice nonfiction, very much a talk about book for young children who are wanting to know what space is like, what's in there, and things like that. And they don't dumb down information, they just simplify it. So space rocks are called asteroids, and TV satellites send pictures to your television and things like that. So talking about what is in space, what the moon is like, what it is like for astronauts to train to be able to go into space and their journey there, what it's like living there. So they cover astronauts and the solar system and the moon and the stars and the planets and the life of a star and galaxies and you name it. They just kind of cover basically a little bit of everything. And so we have really enjoyed learning about space with this cute little talk about book. So that's my very first space book. The next one would be the Big Book of Stars and Planets. And this one again has a nice thick cover with the nice thick pages as well. It also is a fold out page book, and I don't get too worried about that because they are so nice and thick, and you can see that it really goes all the way out to give them a great nice visual. And I like how they break down the information into bite-sized pieces of information, so it's not so overwhelming for the child, and a little bit easier for them to enjoy, and they can kind of pick and choose what they want to learn. So this again folds out. You can see it's 4 pages long. So that one's a lot of fun, and it goes the other direction as well when you turn to the galaxies page. So this is the Big Book of Stars and Planets, and it kind of covers everything the last book did, but then going into a little bit more information for those older children. So the Big Book of Stars and Planets. And the next one is See Inside the Universe. See Inside the Universe is a flat book, and we actually have 2 flat books with space. There is See Inside the Universe and Look Inside the Universe. Look Inside is going to be a lot simpler, about the same, I guess, age range as this book here, but involving flaps instead. And See Inside the Universe, again, has a little bit more information. And they actually did a study and found out that children who read the books with flaps can retain a lot more because they are involved in the book. And notice that the flaps that Usborne does, or that they do, they're a little bit more exciting. They're not your typical flap. That they have more shape to them and cute little illustrations on the inside. So these are really cute. This one's been a lot of fun as well to have in the home. That one is another fold-out page as well with flaps inside of it. And it just kind of covers a little bit of everything again. So it's just the way that Usborne presents the information that makes it fun for the children to read and enjoy. And this one is basically an encyclopedia for astronomy and space. And notice the breakdown of information again here, where you just see tidbits of information, so it's not quite so overwhelming either, and the color on the page and things like that. So it's not your typical encyclopedia. And what we love about this one is that it's also internet linked, which means that if you want to find more information than what's on the page, they provide you with a quick link that you can go to find a lot more information about that particular topic. So if they're wanting to do a report or something like that, those really help. So that one's Astronomy and Space. That would be a good homework helper. And this is great, again, for a homework helper or, you know, a homeschooler. This is the Astronomy and Space sticker book. So notice the little faded pictures there that they have. Anytime you see a faded picture like that, you can find a sticker for it in the back. So those are the stickers that belong there, and they tell you which page they belong on. And then once they pull off the sticker, they can go back to the page, put it on where it belongs, and then read the information about it as well. So this is a great interactive nonfiction book that we have as well for space. So I hope you really enjoyed looking through these books as much as I did. Those are not our only books on space and the moon and things like that, but it is a great selection. So please let me know if you have any questions. I would love to help you choose the books that are right for you. My website is www.kidsenjoyreading.com, or you can go through the consultant that you are currently working with. Thank you so much. Bye.